Hey everyone. Okay, I am going to draw just the sarcomere just to further explain what happens during contraction. So again, as you know, I like to draw things on the board. So we're gonna do this like this. So we're gonna say this is, I kind of just like to make it, I don't know, thicker, I guess. So this is going to be the M line. Okay, and on either end we have the Z line. Okay, so we have our Z line there, Z lines, and then M line in the middle. Okay, off of the M line is where we have myosin. So we have myosin that's attached to the M line. Okay, we're just gonna put like 2 of them there. I'll just extend them out a little bit. Okay. And they have the globular heads on the myosin. So that's going to kind of indicate the globular head there. Again, if you want to draw along, you surely can. Okay. And then off of the Z line is where we have actin. So we're just going to draw actin in between all of those myosin filaments. Okay, there's a little bit of overlap between actin and myosin at rest, but not a lot. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of point out what is what. All right, so first of all, we have, if we go from here kind of all the way up, right? So this only includes myosin, that's where we have, that would be the H zone, okay? The H zone is myosin only, okay? So you can see it goes from, it's kind of where the ends of actin, but it only includes myosin, okay? Then we have kind of a similar one over here where we have kind of where we only include actin, and we would have one on this side too because we've got actin on both sides. Okay, this is going to be the I band. Okay, I'll label it like that, I band, and you can just kind of again write yourself some notes. This is actin only. Okay, and then I'm going to put this one down at the bottom, but where you have, it goes from the end of myosin and it includes actin. Okay, so I'll shoot this all the way across here, and this is going to be called the A band. Okay, it includes where actin and myosin overlap. Okay, so during contraction, and then I'll get to the connective tissue. So during contraction, what we have happen is, I'll use the dark blue again so it's easier to read. So just kind of write down here if you want. So during contraction, we have the Z lines come closer together. Okay, so those push closer together. The H zone will disappear. Okay, so if we have just these 2 pieces right here and we're only including myosin, H zone will become very small or disappear because it's only myosin only, or it's, yep, myosin only, and then with the overlap of actin, the myosin only portion will become very small or disappear. Same with the I zone, because there's so much more overlap between actin and myosin, then the I zone will also get smaller or disappear, okay? So the ones that include only only myosin or only actin will become much smaller. But because the A band here is always the same length. It's always the length of myosin no matter what, no matter how much overlap there is. The A band does not change. So there's no change in length, okay? Because myosin length doesn't change, you could say, or however you want to word it, but just understand that the A band is, you know, always the length of myosin. So even if it's very smushed together and very contracted, that length doesn't change. So Z lines come closer together, H and I zones become very small or disappear, and the A band stays the same. Now, as this happens, is we would have, you know, more actin over here, and we would just have continuing sarcomeres as you kind of work your way all the way down the line. They all contract to produce a bunch of force. Now, I do want to explain the connective tissue within here. So that would be nebulin and titin. So nebulin we'll do first. And nebulin basically works to stabilize actin to the Z line. So I kind of literally just draw it like little zigzags, okay? Because it's connected to the Z line, and it basically maintains, you know, actin's shape and position on the Z line, okay? So we'll say that pink part, that's going to be nebulin. And if you want to write this kind of as a key to yourself, is nebulin. It works with actin, right? So just to kind of put that together. Now, our other one is going to be titin, and that's the one, it stabilizes myosin. And I've seen this a couple ways where, I guess I'll draw it both ways, where it kind of goes from Z line all the way across myosin to the M line. I've also seen it though where it goes like this. It like zigzags and stabilizes, so it'll like stabilize out to the Z line, which kind of makes more sense to me. It's almost like a spring, and it helps to stabilize. So that would be titin. So again, if you want to put your little key down here, just to kind of put it together, which goes with which, is titin goes with myosin and nebulin goes with actin. So hopefully that gives you a little bit better of a view from, rather than just me pointing with the arrow on the PowerPoint. So hopefully that helps.